I got another question, and it's gonna be the whole LeBron MJ argument. All right, so we all know Jordan signed off to do the documentary during the 2016 Cavs championship parade. My question is, do you think, of course, Jordan was watching it, do you think he felt threatened or he wasn't getting his props? And he was like, fuck it, let's go ahead and do this documentary then so I can, so I can show everybody who Jordan really is. You think that had something to do with Jordan signing off on it?
Man, I heard about that from another diehard LeBron fan like yourself said, told me the same thing. He was like, man, why he do that all of a sudden? I honestly, I don't know why. If he wanted to like reinsert himself, like, yo, don't forget I'm the GOAT. I really don't know why, or if it was just motivation, because it could have been motivation because that was such a great story for LeBron to win in his home, not his hometown, but his home state. So it could be that raised him to want to do it. I don't know why. I don't see Jordan as being a jealous type though. I mean, this generation, LeBron is the GOAT for the most part. Some people like myself still would say Jordan just from knowing everything that I've seen and whatnot. Not that I was there watching every game or every season or anything, but just knowing what I know, I feel like Jordan is still the GOAT. But I don't see him as being a jealous type for real. But it was kind of weird how that played out, that it happened after he won there. But at the same time, I do want to say congratulations to LeBron for doing that, because that was something great to win in his home state with a team that was down 3-1 and came back and won. So I don't know exactly what happened there, why Jordan decided to do it at that time. Could be jealousy. I don't believe it. I don't know. Just weird.
Maybe he was feeling some kind of way because they broke their record too. Like, you never know. Maybe the Warriors brung it out
It
of him.
could be, yeah. It could be like, okay, they beat that record, but they lost anyway. So
Right.
let us tell the story about how all of this really went down anyway. So I don't, yeah, because I don't think him and LeBron are the closest, but I don't think him and LeBron are having any beef or nothing where he'd be jealous of LeBron.
Yeah.
So I don't think the Warriors breaking the Bulls record didn't mean nothing without that ring. And Cedric, you hear me say all the time, Jordan would have told you, hey, when we won those 72 games, he said, this don't mean shit. Doesn't mean nothing if we don't get the ring. And that's what we paid for, this ring, the championship. And nobody gonna care about we won 72 games if we don't win the championship. And Golden State, I guarantee you, you ask them players too. What about that great season? You guys won 72 or 73 games. You beat the. We don't care about that because we still end up losing in the finals. So I don't think that's would be any motivation for Jordan to do it because he was jealous over that. I don't think so. Because if they Golden State would have won the ring, then you gotta say, damn, gotta tip my hat to them. They won 73 games and they won the championship. They did what they supposed to do. Great. Secondly, again, I don't think Jordan was jealous. Remember, for the document to come out, it ain't just Jordan. Everybody has to sign off on it. It has to be something done because it's a document. And remember, they decided to record this because they knew it was going to be a document. That's why it was recorded. I mean, it ain't just like, 2016 and LeBron kicking butt now. Ooh, let's bring out something from back then. No, that was recorded in 98 because it was called The Last Dance. They allowed the media to follow them around the whole time because they making a documentary. Now, when did this documentary come out? We making it for it to come out. That's why you make them, to show it to people, right? Number one. Now, when do we make it come out? Well, you don't bring out a document on something great like this after 5 years it's been over with. It's too early. You need time for new generations to come around, for the ones like us who remember and was part of it to look forward to seeing that when they announced it. Because even back then, we didn't know they was recording, making a out of the Last Dance. We didn't know until ESPN finally said it last year or 2 years ago. The Bulls Final Dance documentary coming out in 2020. What? Really? They got a documentary? Oh, so you have to give it a long time after it happened to make it great, to make people tune in. You want to see new generations to heard about Jordan. Even if LeBron didn't come out and became the king, even if it was just Kobe, or if nobody else came out after Kobe or nothing, this document was going to come out at some point later on, like it is right now. It's just happened coming out when, yes, LeBron is being compared to Jordan. So what I'm trying to say is the document was made to be shown, and it had nothing to do with Jordan say, hey, let's do it now. They were going to do it. The producers, whoever owned it, because Jordan them don't own it. Jordan them allowed them to come in. It's just like, if you remember Tiger King. Remember the guy who was first taping everything on his ranch? Those was his stuff. Tiger King allowed him to come on and do the document of him, but those was his. He could play it when he wanted. He make his money off of it. He had the exclusive right to it, and that's why they burnt it up. Remember, they ended up burning it up in that garage or whatever that was. Well, it's the same with this. The producers of this thing is the owners of it, and the Bulls just allow them to come and take them everywhere they go. Jordan ain't got no say when they go out and when they don't. Jordan had no right to say, hey, don't play that until 2016. Now I want you to play it. No, he has no say in that. So it's all conspiracy theory. We get that in everything. And if you just look at the basic facts of it, you know that that's not the case. But people are going to say things like that.
I don't know, man. I feel like he literally signed off during their championship parade, though.
How can he sign off on something that he don't own?
No, he gave his permission, like, okay, now you can release it. You know what I mean?
How can he get permission on something he don't own?
They got to get his consent. You MJ.
No. Once he go in that once they allow him, whoever the producers were on that, in that locker room to record it, that's their stuff. They don't need Jordan permission to pay what they own. So the Bulls, come on. So think about this. If you tell a camera crew to come in your house and film your every move, and you allow them to do it for whatever reason, maybe they paying you to whatever. But if you tell them they can come in and film your move and everything, they come in, they do it. You've already given them permission to do it. What they do with that is theirs. They own it. It's all theirs. They don't need your permission to say, we're going to play it now, or we're going to play it in 2 years. We're going to play it at the Super Bowl halftime party. It's theirs. They own it. You've already given them permission to come and do it, but you have no ownership of it.
So
yeah,
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying, but with this documentary, they had to sign off on it to be able to release it. Like the players did have to give their consent.
Yes, the players had to get their consent when it was filmed.
I'm reading now from CBS. They had to get their approval for them to go ahead and release it. Like, I don't know if they worked this into the contract or before they recorded it, but they had to get the players' consent before they actually put it out to the public.
And you said that Jordan gave his consent when LeBron and them won in Cleveland?
During their championship parade.
Yeah, I don't know exactly how that went down.
Yeah.
So first of all, yeah, the only way that could be is if it was somewhere in the contract. So
it is. I'm gonna read this to you. In order to get Jordan to acquiesce, Silver made a promise that the face of the league would have total control over the film after it was shot. So
who shot the?
Maybe they hired their own camera crew, but it was up to the NBA. Like, it was the NBA's idea to do this. So
okay, so the NBA did own it then.
Yeah, so they had to get Jordan's approval before they could release it.
So what that tells me, and I'm just going by just simple, so the information you give me. So obviously the NBA got a crew to follow them around for the last dance. So the NBA owned the tape. And the NBA may have said, out of respect, out of whatever, we'll only release this. We'll only release this.
Let me read this. This is coming from Adam Silver. And he talking about Michael Jordan. He said, our agreement would be that neither one of us can use this footage without others' permission, Silver told Jordan. It would be kept. I mean, literally, it was our physical film as a separate part of our Sakar's library. Our producers won't have access to it. It will only be used with your permission. So he exclusively gave Jordan permission on when he could release this film.
Okay. So that brings me to knowing that the NBA did film it. So it was owned by the NBA, and Adam Silver said, "Yeah, Jordan, whenever I'm not going to release it without your consent, and you won't release whatever if he has a copy too without our consent." Blah blah blah. So now, Adam Silver's Jordan, you ready to release it, Jordan? Sure.
But he gave his consent during the championship parade. You don't think LeBron winning that championship had any effect or motivation on Jordan to sign off? Like, that's literally the time he chose to sign off to release this documentary. You don't think that had any choice, any effect on his decision?
Well, I don't know if that had any effect, but the real question to me would be, who cares? The real question to me will also be, did Adam Silver come to Jordan and say, "Hey, you ready to release this?" And Jordan said, "Sure, you can release it." So, so bottom line, my answer is, who cares when he said it? If LeBron is winning, what they have to do with LeBron winning when he signs off on it? I mean, it's like people looking to dig on to find something.
I'm just saying, out of any other time, any other year, why pick that specific moment to be like, you know what? Go ahead, let's release it now.
Well, then answer me this question: why did Adam Silver come and ask him to do it at this particular time?
They've been asking him to release it, but that's when he gave his consent. Like, okay, now we can do it.
Yeah, I heard about that. I entertain you said. I think, but like you just said, it could have been motivation though, for real. I don't think it's malicious. That's my only thing. I don't think he's trying to do anything bad or take any credit away from LeBron. It could be like, man, maybe just hypothetically, maybe he thought that's such a great story, which already kind of been released about the Cleveland that championship. That story already kind of been out anyways. But maybe that was motivation for him to release their story. Like, man, that's such a great story. Yeah, you know what? It's time to release this. Timing is a little weird. It's always going to be speculation because of the timing being where LeBron won the championship for Cleveland, who hasn't won.
What's weird about it? So what? Bron's winning championship.
You can't just act like it's. Look, Jordan to go, but that is a little weird for it to happen right when LeBron won the championship in a city that hasn't won ever in history. Cleveland never won, right?
So does his releasing this take anything away from LeBron in Cleveland?
No,
it could. Not really. It's just attention. Like, it's like, why sign it at that moment? Like, of course, now 2020, it don't matter, but I think. It just sounds weird because people bringing it up now, but like I said, it could have been because he was motivated.
So people bring to me, and again, I say this with all honesty.
No bias.
I'm not trying to protect Jordan here and being biased, because this could be LeBron bringing up something. They bringing up his Cleveland championship next year when freaking KD is winning something. I don't know, whatever. I'm trying my best to be as biased as possible. I am not caring about who it is. All I'm saying is I think people they like to dig up some things, and it's okay to do that. It makes things fun. It makes things interesting to make people think and blah, 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 blah. But I think people like to stir up things to try to put some type of conspiracy theories out there to make people wonder. But even if, and I don't even care who it is, even if Jordan did say, yeah, I want people to know I'm still on top. Go ahead, Adam Silver, release it. What kind of advantage does that give Jordan? What does it take away from LeBron and Cleveland? What does it do to anything other than for people just to say, ooh, he wanted to get, himself back out there. So,
yeah, I mean,
no. It's like, what does this do? What does this cause?
It doesn't really do nothing because, I mean, what was that, 2016 when LeBron won?
Yeah.
It's, I mean, if it was going to do something, or if, Jordan, I think, I would say if he had any malicious intent, he would have made it, like, vocally known at that time.
Right.
That he was.
I'm sorry, Yolanda, and you know how I get a little
but
we talk about that.
Yeah, it just is at that moment, 2016, yeah, but it's 2020 now. Yeah, okay, now they saying it happened then, but I mean, he didn't say it at that time to mess up or not to take away any attention from their parade or anything, so I don't think it's a big deal either. That's why I don't think it's malicious at all.
I don't think it's malicious, but I'm just saying, like, maybe it motivated Jordan to, like, want to put it out. You know what I mean?
But motivation is good, though.
Yeah. No, I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but I'm just saying it's highly probable that influenced his decision to release it.
I mean, I guess what I'm trying to say, I'm trying to find even the angle of why do people even go to that? What even make people say
social media? Something to latch on to. You know that. You know how social media is.
Right. And that stuff I don't get. I don't buy into those things. That's why I say I'm being as honest as I possibly can. It could have been shit. It could have been Robert Horry and his 7 championships on 3 different teams. That's some stuff to think about and say, hey, this player won championships on 3 different teams. That's awesome. I don't think nobody has ever done that. So even if it was him and his coming out after LeBron just won a championship for Miami and now Cleveland in 2016, but now here's Robert Horry, he signed off on his to say, hey, I won 3 different teams. I'm not even going to be like, just my perspective isn't going to be like, I wonder if Robert Horry signed that off because not Bron won for another different team, but he wanted to show he won for 3 different teams.
The only reason it's a big deal is because it's Jordan.
It's because it's Jordan, right?
Yeah, it's one of the GOAT. Plus, it's one of the maybe GOATs. So that's why it's something to like. Plus, all of this is going on right now while we're in quarantine. So people got to find something to talk about. I mean, you look at anything that's on ESPN right now, First Take or Get Up, they conversations that they bringing up kind of like, really, this what y'all trying to go with right now? And it's just people trying to find something to hype the community. So it's nothing bad, man.
Maybe I shouldn't be so serious about that. I should just
go with
you gotta defend your boy. You gotta defend your man.
But see, what about that? See, that's why what about really defending him, man? It's nothing for me to defend him on there.
You don't think your boy felt threatened? Like they call.
Hey, you let Cedric trap you right back into being like that.
Yeah, Cedric do get me. He I don't know what it is about him, man.
He got you right back there with you literally just figured it out. It was like, I'm overreacting. Then said a few words, got you right back.
And look, and you know what's so funny, Orlando, because you're so right. As soon as I realized he got me, once I realized it, my shoulders went down. I felt
wait. Yeah, man, it ain't nothing. Just something to latch on to, man. That's all it is.
He get me all the time, man. All the time.
Oh,
Hey,
man.
I gotta give you a drink to that, man. You had me up there like
good, man.
I'm wetting a little bit. I don't even know.
Yeah. Y'all know what it is. Windy City.
Windy City. That was good. That was good. Like you're right. As soon as I realized, like, what's I doing? He got me again. I just be laughing.
Instantly.
Most people can't help it, bro. Like most people can't help it. Like that's why I miss the playoffs, man. Like during the playoffs on Facebook, I'll be posting so much stuff, and it get people worked up. Like people don't even watch basketball, be into it. I be like, dang. I just sit back and look like, man, I started all this.
I know. I've been seeing that. That's good though. Yeah, people. I don't know.
You the only
it's you and one other person that be like, I got an inbox one day from one of my boys. He be like, man, I know you be trolling. He be like, man, I'll be wanting to respond so bad, but I know you trolling.
I know. It'd be so hard. I'd be like, oh my God. It's like a fish. You know it's dangerous to take that bait. You know what's gonna happen if you do, but you can't help yourself. You're just gonna go into it and you're gonna get beat up. Man.
That's what I be doing in the group. You know me. I'll post something in the group and then disappear.
Ray, you do get gone.
I'll be like, I'll post this because I know Santa agree, and I can just disappear. Let you go ahead and keep the troll going.
Next thing you know, me and Chad going there for 3 hours.
Man, sometimes longer than that. I'll be like, dang, that's good though, man.